Hello, Crew and Nikki. It's Wednesday, January 8th, the year of our Lord 2014. I am responding to Crew's emails. No, they weren't emails, they were videos that you posted recently. I don't know when you posted them. I saw them this morning, but we were busy today, so I wasn't able to respond. Maybe I'll cut together some video. So I've been having issues at the place that we are. The internet is very slow, and it's very slow to upload videos. So I haven't uploaded more videos because of that, but I will endeavor to do so. But I made a list here of things that I needed to discuss with you. Whoops, I don't know what I just knocked off there.
Okay, it's this thing.
And I'm going to go through them. So I am guessing that you are a homeboy when you're asking me where you are. We talked about getting a straight razor. I'm a little bit leery about that, but you know what? So Carew had this idea that I should get somebody to shave me with a straight razor, so I would learn how to shave with a straight razor. Do you think your hair cutter person could shave me with a straight razor?
She might. Why do you want to do this?
I don't know. Carew thought it was a good idea, but I think he has this idea that it's more like a grizzled old barber doing it. But Sarah's hairdresser is not a grizzled old barber, so I don't know if that works. We'll look into it. Fedoras and the drowned man, and wearing suits every day. I think you should start wearing suits now. Gareth, actually, I was watching the video and Gareth was saying it with me. He's like, or maybe it was Carew, I can't remember. He's like, why doesn't he wear a suit every day now, Mr. Cross-Country Ski Pants? Huh? Step up your game, dude. Yeah, it sounds like the video sounds good. You asked me if I'm doing more theater. I'm actually going to be in the chorus of South Pacific. And rehearsals actually started this week. So when I get back, I'll start doing that. We'll see how it goes. But I'd be interested in finding out when your performances are going to be. So let me know. I have a note here that says yes, the recycling of camper vans. Oh, that's the thing for the New Zealand trip that Robin, my friend, was telling me about. So yeah, you're precisely right. We're recycling the camper vans to new tourists coming through, which seemed like a great idea. I don't have my choker necklace with me now, but I will show it to you when I get home. I'll make a video of that. If I remember, you may need to remind me, but I'll try to remember. Actually, interestingly, I got a pair of moccasins as well, which I think I showed you. I talked about, and I took them down to the cobbler on Main Street in Pendleton, and I went in there with Taryn before we left, and so we opened the door of this cobbler shop, and you're right on Main Street, and there's the cobbler, the old guy's in the back. He's got some big piece of machinery running that sounds like a lathe or something, but obviously it wasn't. And then there's a younger guy working, wearing an apron and stuff, and there's a woman working. And I walk in with Taryn and close the door, and they all look up at me and just stare at me. Nobody says hi or anything. And then the guy in the back of the store turns off his machine and comes shambling out. He's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Well, I've got this pair of moccasins, and I want a sole put on them." He says, "Well, what do you want me to do?" When I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I'm completely ignorant. I just got these from somebody, and they said they should put soles on them." And he was like, "Well, do you know?" And he asked me a couple more questions. I was like, "I really don't know anything. You know, what do you recommend?" And so he goes, "Well," and he pulls out this gray colored leather material. He says, "This is what I usually put on them, but it doesn't match the color of yours." And I was like, "Well, it's the sole, so I don't think that's a big deal." He goes, "Well, I don't know." And I'm like, "Well, I think it'll be okay." And so he's like, "Okay." And so then he's like, "When do you want them? When do you need them?" And I was like, "Well, I'm going to be on vacation, so you can kind of take your time." And so he just pulls out a tag and he says, "What's your name?" He writes down my name on it, rips off the tab and hands it to me, and says, "Okay." I was like, "Okay, well, I'll talk to you in a couple weeks." Didn't take any contact information, nothing. So it was kind of funny. local businesses. And I like curmudgeonly guys and stuff, but it's just funny, you know how it goes. You actually talked about wearing sandals with big wool socks to counteract constricted sweaty feet. So as a countermeasure for constricted sweaty feet, you recommend sandals and big wool socks. I'll take that under advisement. And I'd like to hear how, in the extreme cold that's coming up, if you continue to practice that, the polar vortex as it descends on Minnesota. You talked about playing music to keep me engaged. Yeah, I think that's something I may do. Although I just got an email and I have a interview for a job on the 15th, the day after we arrive back in Pendleton. So we'll see how that goes. I'll tell you more about that later. Recording the music, yeah, I've thought about that. The one thing is Margaret uses a separate amp. So all of us are going through a Bose sound system, except for Margaret on the guitar, and she uses a separate amp for that. So if we were to record directly from the sound system, we wouldn't get her guitar. But maybe I'll look into that. Margaret wants to record some stuff, so we'll probably record some stuff in studio soon. Your next video, you were talking about watching the BCS championship game. I actually watched that game on television here, and I was rooting against Florida State University because I hate Bobby Bowden with a passion. The guy's a jerk, and thereby I know he's no longer at Florida State, but I still didn't like him. Kind of disappointed with the way the game went. I wanted Auburn to win, although I didn't really want the SEC to win, but oh well. So, actually I don't like Auburn or Florida State, so there was no good outcome to that. You talked about cold weather, winter tragedies. That's kind of a bummer. It's just one of those things. People do stupid things, and there's just not much you can do about it. You talked about your backwater snowshoeing and running. That's pretty cool. Your 10,000 yard swim sounded like a lot of fun for someone such as yourself. Not so much fun for me. The new play that you're going to be in, and like I said, I'd like to hear about the performance dates for that. You talked about songs that I should cover. Billy Ocean, Get Out of My Car, Get Into My Dreams. I don't know Debbie Gibson's Shake Your Love, but maybe I could do the Billy Ocean one. So Caru's guffawing over there. Yes. You were, I don't know where this came out, but you said something about Fiendish Bacon, and I thought, what a great band name. But then today there were a couple other good band names. One was Fluff Cracker. Was it Fluff Cracker?
Yes, Fluff Cracker.
Fluff Cracker. Awesome band name. What was the other one? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
I can't remember now. Fluff Cracker. I think Fluff Cracker or Fiendish Bacon. Those are band names that are worth copywriting right now. Anyway, let's see. Something about Carew, I'm ashamed of you, mocking Nikki's love for her grandmother. Don't be doing that. What I'm going to do actually is, and then you talked about some other things, mocking, butt calls and asking where Nikki's going next, and I'm talking about the governor canceling schools, which I think was a great example of offending Carew's libertarian streak. So I don't know. Somebody's got to make that decision, whether it's the governor or somebody else. And I think that Carew, you can take anything out of context and make it stupid. That's okay. I give you that right. So actually, through this whole video, I have cut in images and and some video of what we've been doing over the last few days, and you can try to guess where we are based on that. So until I talk to you again, still dead.